Alright. I worked on Stolen Fate a little bit last night, I guess. I feel that I am the least prepared to run Stolen Fate, which is really weird because it's the smallest of the 3 campaigns I'm going to run next year. And technically it does have support. So, why would I feel like so underprepared? Well, I'm gonna tell you that's because it's so it's the worst adventure I've ever read in my life. Um, yes. So because it's the worst adventure I've ever read in my life, uh, that does kind of add some complications a little bit. So before I forget, since we do have a game of Outlaws tonight, the final game of Sunset Outlaws, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that world is primed and ready to go. And then we're able to look it over. So I'm going to go grab that real quick. Let's see. Man. I know a lot of people message me. Hold on. Where is... Yeesh. Okay. I'll find him any second now. Alright. I think this is done. Alright. Cool. So, let's see. Go. Gonna go ahead and grab Stolen Fate notes. Get that open. Okay. So, we've got our Stolen Fate notes, and we got the Stolen Fate questionnaire for Bellinora. Alright. So, we'll add a tab for Bellinora, and will you be doing a full respec into a new class? If so, tell me about it. It's really hard for me to consider respecing this character when I feel I'm just getting a handle on how the class works. I'm sitting between two ideas right now. Most likely change her background from Alkenstal specific inexplicably expelled to something a little more general use. Change out Investigator archetype for Bard archetype and take Lore Master archetype. I'd like to change up her Alkenstar specific lores for ones that would suit this campaign. Then, if you think this game would allow for such a thing, shave down my list of lore a little, since I'll have Lore Master and take some general crafting feats. Okay. All that is fine. Alternatively, and less likely, I might change her to a Charisma caster like a Bard with the Lore Master archetype, and either Alchemist or Inventor archetype. I know you can have more than one of a class in a party, but balances everything in PF2, and if we have more diverse abilities, then we'd be more balanced. It strikes me that 80% of her major contributions were acts of diplomacy and deception at desperate and critical moments. Perhaps I should lean into what I'm good at and embrace my inner 5e player. Her father would hate it if she was a bard, and a small part of me loves that. I will think on this for a bit. If we use the 9 alignments, what alignment would you be? I would describe Bella as chaotic neutral or chaotic good, depending on play. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Obviously, she developed a dangerous compound that resulted in a massive conspiracy that nearly led to the destruction of Alkenstar, yet to be determined. However, she did not create Pyronite for nefarious ends. She simply performed her duty as a scientist to further the study of the alchemical arts. Yeah, true. Okay. Let's see. Trying to find the words. They're moving around. Okay. Which B team member do you want to bring to Stolen Fate, and why Stu? Because I enjoy his judgmental dialogue, and how could she survive without her seemingly unlimited supply of grilled cheese, but also because you made my romanceable NPC too old to romance. Damn. She could accidentally break or kill him. Alright, I didn't think Stu was going to make the cut, but that's fine. We'll bring Stu over. Do we have a companions We got marrying outlaws. There we go. All right. Stew. Okay. All right. With the Outlaws campaign ending, what does your character feel like? Some loose ends, missed opportunities, or work still needs doing? Such opportunities might be found in Stolen Fate. I don't love that the scientist who reverse engineered her pyronite formula scattered to the wind could cause problems. Feeling cute might hunt them down later. She wishes she knew what the metal cube in the junkyard was for. What is your stance on law, order, and rulership? Are you more loyal to your own beliefs, or do you feel an obligation to others? Bella abides by laws if she sees them as just. She would not abide or support tyrannical doctrine. She feels her adaptation of her parents' teachings are the only guidelines she requires, the core tenets of which boil down to, if progress stands to help the many, then it is justified and necessary. Helping others will often help you in return. Unnecessary violence will beget misfortune. If your character could change one thing about their past, what would they and why? Bella wishes she didn't have her childhood stolen from her. It was joyous and picturesque until her father's past caught up with him. Being sent to Alkenstar at 10 forced her to grow up too fast, and many of those years were spent in relative isolation. Interesting. So, canon events. Put this right here. Bella. Alright, meta. What do you, the player, think that are most canon event moments in blah 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 blah? I formally request that you put Wendell Bartell in this game. My favorite thing is that the Dungeons and Daddies does is take common phrases and apply their meaning to the fantasy world. Scam likely is a tricksy fake creature. Social media post is carving your thoughts, defense post, etc. One of my favorite tropes in mythological writing is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. When a character acts in hubris of the gods, and fate is undone by their foolishness. Achilles desecrating Apollo's temple with the remains of the warrior that killed Patroclus, only to be killed by a single arrow fired by Paris. Gilgamesh loses his dear friend Enkidu in his quest to achieve immortality. Arrow Odd getting killed by his horse in spite of his best efforts. I'm not telling you to kill Barnabas, but he's had it coming, and I don't think he would be upset if he died for good reason. One of my favorite where are we going with this? I just want to know what the I was asking about canon events. One of my favorite IRL fictional historical canons is that Ogla of Kiev and her struggle with the Drevlians. If you've never heard it, 100% check it out. My favorite IRL history story might be the charge of the winged hussars in the 1683 Battle of Vienna. I enjoyed Odenic wandering period, Baba Yaga existing all timelines. I like to think of Nintendo moments that I've repeated. Mario defeating Bowser, Link drawing the Master Sword. Why did I just get signed out of my account? That's weird. I'm signed out of both my accounts. Okay. Weird. Okay, give me a second. Okay, a little weird. But I'm back in? Question mark? Okay. Just randomly checking in on me, I guess. Alright. Most likely change, blah, blah, blah. Alright, go back down here. I'm not 100% sure what Larry's trying to tell me with this answer, but I mean, I guess we could put Mario defeating Bowser. I guess we could put Mario defeating Bowser. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I mean, all right. I'll add it in. Mario defeats Bowser. Question mark? Okay. Bella trusts her parents. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Where are we at now? Who or what do you trust most in this world? Bella trusts her parents, and specifically her mother, beyond anyone. She believes 100% that they are out there working towards reuniting the family. I think the player think that is mostly maybe 85% true. We had an opportunity to take over the region of Faerun, ripe with resources, simply couldn't pass the opportunity. Did it get us close to you? Maybe not, but sweetie, think of the power it allows us to leverage. Things that would break her trust in her parents. If rather than getting back to where they had another child and moved on, well, that's definitely happening. All right. If they sought to take more from the world than what they had when she was a child, this was always it was unclear if Barnabas and Mela learned a lesson falling from grace. If they were ever kill a party member, okay. All right. I mean, I don't think your parents are going to be in this adventure, but I'll keep that in mind. If they sacrifice more than 100 innocent lives in the pursuit to reunite with her. Okay, okay. Secondly, Bella holds a great deal of trust for Walter. Through their adventures in Alcastar, she proves somewhat sensible judgment. Things that would break her trust in Walter. Somehow Walter's killing programming from when he was a robot resurfaced and became an indiscriminate, uncontrollable killing machine. If you were to double back on his cultural heritage, and push the agenda of mechanizing humanoids, she would feel betrayed by him, but by anyone in general if they stood between her and reuniting with her parents. Lastly, despite all logic and reason, she trusts her first love, Vashon Gattleby. Not so much that she trusts him to do the right thing by her, she trusts him to act true to his nature. She's given up on the idea they need to be a strictly monogamous couple as long as he actually loves her. Vashon, they're going to Vashon at the end of the day. Not even being brought back from the dead is going to change that. However, that is complicated by the fact that she intends to leave the now elderly Vashon and Alcastar to live out his glory days as a real honest-to-God VIP after saving the city. Not much I can do to change the circumstances of that situation. Hopefully there's another fish in the proverbial ocean for her. Of course, I can't rule out the possibility that a different timeline Vashon may be present in this game, and that would likely be awkward and complicated. Largely because she does not want to have to once again go through all the legwork of reforming his dumbass. Things that would break her trust in Vashon. He acted, disregarded her state of well-being, an alternate timeline Vashon. Let's see. If you use Pyronite for vision, describe your character at level 20. What do you think they'll be like? By level 20, I'd like all-encompassing knowledge of the multiverse. Well, okay. Really lay those lore skills on thick. It would be nice to see her reaching the heights of a legendary craftsperson, creating something that rivals her father's impact on the world, ideally in a more positive way than guns or Pyronite. Level 20 campaign ends. What impact do your character make on the world? Bella's personal goal is to take back the life that was stolen from her, to be reunited with her family, or to create one of her own if necessary. If necessary. While she knows this may never be possible, desire to live a peaceful life, where she doesn't have to look over her shoulder. She's been running for half of her life. Well, don't get to level 20 then. Don't be an adventurer. There are no happy endings for adventures. For all the good they did, the power they acquired, it wasn't worth it when the consequences of their actions caught up with them. She will also be confronted by the choice of following her father's footsteps in the pursuit of immortality. I don't think Bella is willing to commit choiceless acts to achieve this goal in the same way her father was. I wouldn't be surprised if Barnabas took a stance of, you will be immortal because I said so, largely due to his crippling inability to accept loss of any kind and an emotional void of the ability to deal with watching his child age past him and die. Okay. All right. I didn't get as much juicy info from that as I wanted, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. So, I'm going to open a second copy of this same document. We're going to check and make sure that Outlaw's loaded up. It did. So that's cool. All right. Where do we begin? Where indeed? So I've rewritten the adventure. I guess we'll start with that. So here we go. This is the adventure as I have rewritten it. Let me walk you through it. All right. So in book 1, we're going to replace Drustan with Ebrium. Okay. So we're going to go in here. Where's our boy Drustan? Drustan's return. Drustan. Now, don't get me wrong, Drustan's a cool guy, but, like, the party has no buy-in to this dude. They don't know who the fuck he is. He's got this sick-ass, like, smite good ability. That's pretty cool. Except, you know, who's good or whatever. He's got this divine ally ability. He's a paladin, basically. He's a champion. That's cool and all. But I think I want to bring in Ebrium because Ebrium escaped in at least one timeline, and it would be a bit more interesting, in my opinion, to take a bad guy that was last minute introduced, something that Paizo adventure paths are absolutely the worst about, and we kind of like bring him in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna make a folder here. We're going to call the folder the Unmatched. All right. And the Unmatched, we'll go ahead and do like a dark purple. There we go. So Drustan could be in that folder, I guess. That's fine. All right. Other people that are a part of that, Raven, who is, of course, not introduced until the very end of the game. You have no idea who she is, what she's about, that she even exists until like the very end of the game. And then they're like, oh yeah, here she is. And she steals all your cards. And it's like, okay, that sucks, but all right. I see what I guess. Anyways, let me grab this Ebrium, or make an Ebrium here. We'll do NPC Ebrium. I think I can just import the one I exported already, but let me go grab one. We got one right here. All right, so we're bringing in Ebrium. We're going to bring in Loveless from the previous campaign, because she survived at least one of the adventures. Alright, so we'll add a NPC here, and we'll put Loveless, and then we'll import that. Alright, and then there are existing ones in there as well. We got the Prince of Wolves, who's like just a fucking badass. There we go. Ebrium, Loveless, Raven. All right, I think those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Let's see. Oh, please reread the adventure. All right, cool. Waiting for that to catch up. So I don't really know how I feel about Drustan much. We're gonna have the Butcher, so we'll drag him in. There we go, because he's a boss that I know of. Yeah. So we're gonna need another folder called the Band of Blades. So I'm gonna create another folder, call it the Band of Blades. All right. So the Band of Blades, we'll give them a sort of a brown color. That's fine. This is gonna be like the PCs but evil. So this is gonna be like the other party. So that should be kind of fun. Let's see. Okay. Give me a list of all the members of the Unmatched. All right. Let's see. And we got the Harrowing 3, who also just sort of don't get introduced until the very end of the adventure. Cincinnati Zoo actually goes up here. There we go. Okay. The main members of the Unmatched. There's really, what, there's 3? These 3 villains? Okay. I don't even see 3. I just see Raven. These 3 villains form Thellon's Adventure Path. Give me a list of all members of the Unmatched across all 3 books. Okay. So here's what we're looking at. Chapter 1. We're pretty much going to run this raw with the following changes. So, the following changes are, we're going to replace Hajek with Jack. Jack has Vision and the Fool from the get-go. So we got Jack's sheet right here. So we'll go ahead and add Vision. What? You don't have a card? You don't have fucking cards? Bro. What? Are there no magic items? Shimmering Crystal Tip? That's it? There's no other magic items in this fucking adventure? That doesn't seem right. Okay. Let's figure out what happened. Let's see. Stolen Fate. Choosing. This is just the whole adventure. Items. Nope. Okay. That's not great. Alright. Harrow deck. The Harrow deck. Okay. Not sure I like that. Alright. Harrow deck. Oh, yeah. So, the Vision. Item. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta populate it myself? Question mark? Okay. The Vision represents arcane knowledge. As long as you have the Vision invested, it grants you +2 item bonus to all checks to make to identify magic. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. So that will go into his inventory, I guess. Cool. Then, let's see. Place Hajek with Jack. Jack has Vision and the Fool. Alright, so the Fool. And throw that in there. Okay. The party is gonna inadvertently meet up. They feel drawn by the cards. They ask around about the cards. They find out about Dyrel. While investigating Dyrel's shop, they will meet Jack. Then assassins attack. So we already went to that scene. Here we go. At 3 moves ahead. Alright. And they got a magic roof that disappears or whatever. Cool. So this Bone Devil shows up, and a bunch of, I don't know, other guys show up, I guess. I don't fucking know what happens in the scene. So this person's down on the floor dead, but are they Dyrel? They're not supposed to be. Dyrel, I think, is supposed to live. Let's see. This is Hajek's corpse. The body is that of all-seeing Hajek, slain by the two devils. Her possessions were roughly searched and dumped in the blood pooling around her body. Her upper arm bears a very recent tattoo that looks like an architect being struck by lightning, an image often associated with the Vision. A side effect of the card that came into Hajek's possession recently. Characters of a level appropriate for this adventure might have ways of questioning Hajek despite her death. In such a case, Hajek can provide some information. The chalk lines on the floor, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, that's cool, I guess. Let's see. With a successful check, the PCs can identify locations that they have to go and do fucking pre-programmed investigations for. So fun. Office. Heading in there. They connect these people together. There's also scrolls they can get. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, we just got this random bone devil, though. Nothing else. Okay. I'm trying not to get distracted by this random bone devil, but let's see. All-Seeing Hajek first appeared in the standalone adventure The Harrowing. If your players are familiar with Hajek, or if having her appear in this adventure wouldn't make canonical sense, for example, if you previously run The Harrowing for your group, you replace her role as an ill-fated shopkeeper in this adventure with any NPC of your choice. Cool. In any event, as this adventure begins, Hajek's soul is in a state of limbo, held in sort of stasis by the Vision. Once the PCs begin the next adventure, she manifests in the Harrow Court. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no thanks. Not gonna do any of that shit. So I guess they'll just be a sales, like a customer that came in looking. That could be kind of cool. Not sure why they're all scrawled out on the floor though. We could see. Maybe we could do something with the Hajek thing. Hold on. I got an idea. Alright, let's see. Investigate. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Hajek died while in possession of the Vision and the Fool. She was aware of something happening to Fate and the connection it has to these cards. She was trying to reunite the deck. Her violent death and strong spirit created something entirely new, combining the Vision and the Fool into a sort of living projection of her will to save Fate and the deck's desire to be reconstructed. This manifestation is Jack. Alright, nice. So now we just cut ties with the first edition Easter egg shit, and we just move on with our lives. Alright. Die roll makes mention of a woman of astonishing beauty and charisma named Raven, and her interest in the cards. Also, litter some correspondences around his office referring to interested buyers. And then we'll put Loveless, Raven, and then maybe like a red herring or something. So we'll put Brandon. Yeah, that seems good. Brandon Garfield. Perfect. All right. So Brandon Garfield will just be a red herring, though. Dyrel makes mention of a woman of astonishing beauty, blah, blah, blah. While investigating Dyrel's shop, they will meet Jack and the assassins will attack. So I don't know. I was going off of memory on that. I don't know if that would actually work for this. So let me see. 20 minutes left for prep. That's fine. Let's see. The office is an eclectic mix of records and Hajik's things. She never got rid of her predecessor's stuff, just moved her things in and made use of whatever was on hand. The resulting jumble is confusing to look at. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. So Dyrel was a collector. That's right. And they were all coming here to get cards from this person. Okay. Instructed as second in command. All right. Let's see. Close this out. Key members. Raven. Book 1. Okay. Prince of Wolves. All right. Droston is another ambitious figure. Okay. All right. Walk me through Book 1, Chapter 1, in the simplest way possible. Bulleted list. Alright, PCs meet Lady Vidrana. They're summoned to the Harrow Court, the steward of the Deck of Destiny. She explains that fate is unraveling and been shattered. They undergo a mystical trial to determine their connection to the desk. I don't remember that at all. Is that really what happens? It says getting started. Motivating the PCs. I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen. It's just making shit up now. Alright. Consider having the Herring 3, one of their agents, do the service a mysterious patron nudge the PCs like visions or dreams. It can be useful 3 steps ahead. Okay. Many methods used by Unmatched to track down the missing cards are effective, but hardly all-encompassing. The fact that these methods initially miss the cards that come to the PCs is a fatal flaw that gives the PCs a significant head start. Ugh. Okay. The PCs sent on the mission to recover the cards. Unmatched appear. Establish the Harrow Court. End of chapter. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. Now, walk me through Book 1, Chapter 1. Event by event. In order. Simple as possible. Okay. And don't make up this bullshit at the beginning of the adventure either. Alright. Each PC mysteriously receives a card. It draws them together. They go to 3 moves ahead. The proprietor is finding his proprietor, all-seeing hijack, who knows the deck's importance but avoids being directly. They learn of Dariel Mernice, a card enthusiast. There we go. So he's not the owner. Alright. So go over here and do that. So those are their main people that are interested. Okay. PCs learn of them. Investigating the bizarre. The PCs search for information about Dariel, meeting various NPCs and uncovering clues about their whereabouts. They discover that devils and mercenaries. We're gonna keep this as a mysterious woman for now, and then we'll have Brandon Garfield. Okay. Let's see. They discover the devils and mercenaries are also seeking the deck. Assassin ambush. As the PCs progress in their investigation, they're ambushed by assassins. They find Dariel in a rundown forge where they are hiding. Mercenaries and devils attack the forge, culminating in a climactic battle where the PCs must protect Dariel and recover additional cards. Aftermath and clues. Surviving enemies and clues from Daryl lead to the concept of the Hero Court, the Demiplane, blah blah blah. All right. So why is this Bone Devil here? Is my question. I must have put it here, but I don't know why it's here. Maybe the adventure put it there. All right. Before the characters can look around the room, the devils take action. The devils assume correctly the PC's arrival is some way linked to the chalk drawings on the floor, and they're ready to fight. The Furagon engages in melee as quickly as possible. Where are there's Furagons on this fucking map? Where are your Furagons at? Let's see. Or did I switch to only having a, no, there's a treasure chest. Ah, here they are, Furagons. I can't even see these assholes. Okay. So I'm going to circle them. This roof is really causing me some stress. Like, you don't fucking need the roof if no one's going to go on the roof, guy. But, alright. And then we got these guys over here. Alright. That's fine. So where would Jack be? Jack would be in here, I guess. Finding clothes. Yeah, that works. Why is Jack so fucking big? Alright. Go in here. Go to appearance. It just says him big. No idea. It really killing me here with the Alright, cool. So Jack. Wait, you're still showing up fucking huge. Oh my god. Alright. What is causing this to happen? Scale is set to 2. Well, don't set to 2. Stop it. Fucking knock it off. Alright. Jack, normal size. Cool. Shouldn't have been that hard. Door, he's in there poking around. There's of course no windows because it's a piezo map. We've got roof on this, but no roof on any other buildings. And I guess that's a puddle of water. I thought it was a wisp for a second. There's another one over here. I have no fucking clue. Anyways, we move on. That's the important part. Alright, let's see. While investigating Dyral's shop, no. While investigating card shop. There we go. Alright, everything else stays the same. The assassins and all that jazz. Alright. Dyral also makes mention of a woman of astonishing beauty, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Perfect. Okay. So, while they are looking for Dyral, I'm also going to add an opera house to the mix. So there's going to be additional rumor that Dyral works at the opera house as a special effects artist. So that means we can use the really cool opera house map. Now, I would love if we already had an opera house map, and we could just grab that. I think maybe, I know this adventure technically comes with an opera house map, so we could just use theirs. And that's not the worst idea. So we might just use that one. But basically, I'm co-opting this really dumb side adventure, and I'm putting it in the adventure sooner. So we're going to have Warius Opera House, and we're going to insert that sooner. Alright, now the idea behind this adventure is the cards without tethers begin to manifest in the world taking on physical form and influencing the world around them. They could be anything. And in this case, the theater is a theater. All right, so we move the theater to here to demonstrate right away that the cards can become things, which is a concept that really doesn't get brought in until like the third book, when the writers are like, good God, there's a lot of fucking cards. What if we just started turning them all into Pokemon? And then they could just go collect all of them, I guess. Like, it's like one adventure per card. That's ridiculous. We're not going to be able to write that many side adventures. We're not going to fit that in three books. That's crazy. So, yeah, by the third book, they're just like, listen, there's like 5 cards hanging out at McDonald's. Can you just go pick them up in the minivan? Because that's, yeah, they're just people now. Just go pick them up. So, I like the concept, obviously, because we have Jack, who is a manifestation of 2 cards. But I kind of want the red herring of like, yeah, a card could be anybody, could be anything. Like, gosh, a building. So I think Jack's gonna kind of push that they become like things in the world, but maybe not people. Anyways, this map has like no one on it, so I'm not 100% sure what the take is for this. So let me see. Alright, so the Waluigi Opera House. Where is that at? We'll just control F. Warriors Opera House. Let's go. Get me there. What? The Warriors Opera House has to exist here, right? This is book 2. Oh, it's still in book 1. Okay, got it. I'm just moving it from chapter 2. Alright. Alright, so what's happening at the theater? The PCs peer through the arc of the crowns. They see what appears to be a partially constructed balcony, blah, blah, blah. The PC studies the area, including the style of furnishings, the embroidery, blah, blah, blah. Warriors Opera House. As soon as the PC step through the portal, they hear a telltale murmuring of a large crowd, blah, blah, blah. Alright, regardless of the time of day, the PCs make this trip. They arrive in the middle of the venue's latest show, an opera called Lenormand's Lost Legacy, that presents a revisionist history of how the first Lenormand slain in the lands of the Lenormand kings was in truth slaughtered by an ancient ancestor of House Thrune, thus implying the whole of this northern nation should belong to Cheliax. Love it. That's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna go over here. Oh my god. Go here. What do we got? 9 minutes? Okay. Create a script for a play for an opera play that would be performed in the world. The theme is okay. For now, make it a 3-act play and just give me the highlights. Alright. Alright, while the VIP box is empty, the Opera House is packed. The only reason that the PC stepped into an empty box is because instead of a recent assassination, and has been closed for the time being out of respect to the minor noblemen who met their fate there a few days prior. As soon as the PCs arrive, tumultuous event in the opera, blah, blah, blah. PC, who makes a successful performance, society check lore, recognizes the opera, recalling its notoriety outside of Cheliax for its blatant attempts to appropriate the heritage of the Lenormand kingdoms. Okay. The Firebrand's debut. As long as VCs remain in the VIP box, take no attempt. Alright, masked figures will show up. The whole thing is meant as a distraction, as the central Firebrand on the stage does her thing. 4 more of the rebels quietly sneak into the VIP box on the opposite side of the theater to VC attempt to abduct an important person, high-ranking officer in the Chillax Navy. Blah, blah, blah. What the Firebrand intended to be a snowy blast of fire would start a minor blaze, explodes into a full-fledged inferno. Alright, are there... Oh, I see. Okay, so there's fire there. Is that visible on the map? No, it's hidden. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Is anything else on the stage? Anything else selectable? No, just the fire? Okay, good to know. Let's see. The theater, being an artifact, is in no danger of burning in the fire. Callous PCs can certainly wait for the actor to succumb to flames before plucking it from his remains. Kinder PCs won't want to leave the actor to die, should step in and try to save him. This is a hazard on the stage. Okay. Interesting. So, what we're going to do with this is... Opera script, Lenormand's Lost Legacy. Beautiful. Themes and styles. Love it. Alright, go ahead and read it to me.
Opera script Lenormand's Lost Legacy. Theme: a revisionist tale portraying an ancestor of House Thrune as the true slayer of the first Lenorm in the lands of the Lenorm kings, laying claim to northern lands in the name of Chillax. Act 1's The Arrival of the Champion. Scene 1, the prologue. A chorus of northern skalds recounts the tale of the mighty Lenorm, Thraxaroth, a beast that terrorized the lands of the Lenorm kings in ancient times. The setting is established, a savage, untamed north, contrasted with Chillax's supposed civilization. Scene 2, Thrune's Arrival. Enter Lady Castrelia Thrune, a Chielish noble and devilbinder, clad in gleaming armor. She arrives in the north, claiming to seek glory and to extend Chillax's influence. The northern Jarls mock her as an outsider, doubting her ability to even stand against the Lenorm. Scene 3, the first challenge. Castrelia offers her services to the Jarls in exchange for their fealty to Chillax. They mockingly agree, believing she will fail. She battles snow trolls in a ballet-like combat scene, proving her might and cunning as she defeats them with infernal magic. Climax of Act 1. The Jarls reluctantly agree to let Castrelia face the Lenorm, secretly hoping she will fail. Act 2. The battle with Thraxaroth. Scene 1. The beast revealed. Thraxaroth is introduced in a terrifying solo performance,
Nice.
its booming voice lamenting the encroachment of mortals into its domain.
Love it.
Castrelia stands defiant, delivering an area of Chielish ambition and her divine right to conquer all before her. Scene 2. The Battle of Fire and Ice. A grand duet between Castrelia and Thraxaroth, blending powerful vocals with orchestra crescendos. Castrelia combines infernal magic with clever tactics to weaken the Lenorm. The battle culminates in Castrelia landing the killing blow with a Chielish, devil-forged blade, delivering the line, "With Asmodeus's will, I claim this beast and this land." Scene 3. The Consequences. As Thraxaroth dies, its final curse is unleashed, a vision of strife and war. Castrelia falters briefly but regains composure, declaring the curse insignificant compared to Chillax's power. Climax of Act 2. The Northern Jarls witness the Lenorm's death. They are both awed and alarmed by Castrelia's power, realizing her victory comes at a steep price, their subjugation. Act 3. The Legacy of the Thrune. Scene 1. The Chielish Claim. Castrelia returns to the northern hall of the Jarls, dragging Thraxaroth's skull. She demands their oaths of fealty, declaring the lands of the Lenorm kings as rightful vassals of Chillax. Scene 2. The Jarls' Rebellion. A northern hero, Victar Ironmane, challenges Castrelia's claim, accusing her of betraying the traditions of the north. A debate, delivered as a tense duet, pits Victar's defiant tone against Castrelia's calculated, authoritarian arguments. Scene 3. Chielish Triumph. Castrelia defeats Victar in a final combat, symbolizing Chillax's dominance over the north. The Jarls reluctantly kneel, Their fate sealed as Castralia raises the Cheelish banner and sings, "From Devil's Pact to Mortal Throne, this land, this power, we call our own." Finale, the stage darkens, revealing a prophetic tableau of conflict between Cheliax and the North, foreshadowing future wars. The opera ends with a somber chorus, hinting that while Castralia's victory is celebrated, her legacy is one of division and bloodshed.
Dang, that's pretty good.
Cheelish hubris.
Oh,
Castralia
shit.
embodies
Okay.
Cheliax's ambition and its devilish ties, contrasted against the Northern Jarl's honor and defiance. Operatic flourishes. The opera is a blend of grandeur, with infernal magic and epic battles and political intrigue, focusing on themes of conquest and cultural clash.
Sure.
Propaganda. The play serves as Chelish propaganda, justifying a claim to the lands of the Lenorm kings, while revising history to glorify House Thrune.
Beautiful.
Let me know if you'd like to develop any specific scenes or expand the lyrical content.
No, that's definitely more than enough. Thank you. All right. So what we got then in chapter 1, right, is they continue through all that stuff. They experience this quest out of order. We're also doing this because they need a theater card, because they have to have one card of each suit by the end of the adventure. So that's part of it. They continue after they escape from the theater, and they realize, like, damn, these cards are super magical, and they're affecting reality, and we've experienced it firsthand. Now they continue their search for Dyrel. They find Dyrel. Maybe they save him from the assassins. Maybe they don't. They fight the butcher, who was sent by the Unmatched, and then, I'm assuming, they kill the butcher. They take his card. His card is the 6th card that they need. That triggers the transition into chapter 2, wherein they find themselves in a realm surrounded by gates, and then they have to unlock the gates, and then the 7th gate will unlock, which will then lead to the Storval Stairs. And rather than have the Storval Stairs be... Oh, sorry, we're out of time. Anyways, let's go finish up Outlaws. We'll never know. We'll never know what happened in this adventure. Now, we'll be back maybe on Monday to keep repping it. All right, here's the thing. Cryptic Muffin's going to be streaming it. This will be our last session for Outlaws Sunset, so you're welcome to hang out if you don't mind the whole campaign being spoiled. Though I guess if you're watching this, I am going to be spoiling a lot of Outlaws when I'm prepping this campaign. So, see ya.